Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent and teaching instructor with the IRS. I worked at IRS for a decade. I've been in private practice for 4 decades. I just sit here at home and fire YouTubes away. I reached 10,000 of them by, 1,000. It's like amazing to me over 2 years. I try to give you the information I want. If you need to retain us or want to contact us, look in the description section below. I have a whole team of former IRS agents. If you want to know what I look like in a tie and a suit, you can go to my website, 777irs.com. I've been on TV actually a number of times in the last 4 or 5 months speaking as an IRS expert on different matters. Anyway, I do these videos for 3 reasons: so you don't get ripped off, so you don't get scammed by a company, to inform you, and to educate you. So my videos are really less than 5 minutes. I don't need a fancy suit or tie. My fancy suit or tie is right in my head, so picture me in a suit or tie sitting right here. I want to talk to you today about people who have had their paycheck garnished or levied by Internal Revenue Service. How do you get it back, and how did it happen? Generally, people who have got an IRS bank levy or anything like that have had their paycheck garnished. This is the story. IRS has gone ahead and, first of all, they send a series of 5 letters to everybody. They send out a CP14, 501, 503, 504, a 1058. And at that point in time, when you get that last letter, the 1058, you have a chance to go ahead and to appeal that and say, hey, something's wrong here. What's going on? But what happens, you sometimes don't get the letter. You ignore the letter, and what IRS goes ahead and do, they go ahead and they set a notice. They send a notice to your bank and saying, hey, guess what? We're going to go ahead and we want your money, but the bank's going to freeze the money for a 21 day period of time. You can call IRS during that 21 days and you can get your money back by working a deal. What you have to realize, at some point in time when you owe money to the IRS is going to take enforcement action. They keep your information on their computer. You can find out your levy information by going to the IRS portal, irs.gov, and looking at your wage and income history transcripts and find out what information you have there. If you don't react to the final and last letter, the 1058 letter, you are going to get us a note. You are going to get a notice of levy that's sent to you by the Internal Revenue Service. So how do you get it back? Well, you got to call the Internal Revenue Service, and they're going to want a current financial statement on a form 433F. That's the IRS financial statement that they use at the service center. If a revenue officer went ahead and sent that levy out, they're going to want a 433A. What IRS is trying to do is they're trying to assess your case to determine how the levy is going to be released in your case close. Generally, they're going to go ahead and release your levy by putting your case into a currently non-collectible hardship, a payment agreement, or maybe even the filing of the offer. So when you call the IRS and they go and say, hello, what is it you need? You say, I need my levy released immediately, and I need it absolutely right away. And they're going to say, okay, are you in a hardship? You say, yeah, I am in a hardship. I need my paycheck. At that point, they're going to ask for your 433F at the service center. And at that point, they're going to want your copy of your bank statements. They're going to want your W-2, and they're going to want a copy of your expenses. They want to know what your exit strategy is on how to go ahead and take care of the problem. About 40% of those people who have been levied, their cases end up being in what's called a hardship, or unable to pay at the time. IRS is simply going to look at your assets and they're going to look at your income and expense analysis. They're going to try to find out how much money you can pay, and if you can't, they are going to put the case on hold for a couple years and reevaluate the case. So if you got that levy, remember from the bank, they notified you, that's a time-sensitive letter. It's a 21-day hold, 21-day freeze. You can still use your account during that period of time. Only the money that was frozen the day the levy hit actually is frozen, so you can still operate the account. I wouldn't, but at the end of the day, what you want to do is call someone competent or try it yourself and go ahead and get your bank levy or bank garnishment released. What you're going to need, like I said, is a 433F, and you're going to need to document it. If you're going to give this to a professional like us, we usually can get those levies released within about a 72-hour period of time. You're also going to want to make sure your tax returns are filed and kind of make sure the problem doesn't come up again. So anyway, if you have any questions or this information was good, please give me a subscription. We thrive on subscriptions because YouTube tells us we should thrive on subscriptions. If you have any questions, send me an email. We can get your levy released generally within 72 hours, so don't get all upset about it. I'm not an alarmist to start with. Thank you very much. If you need us, find us in the description section below.